welcome to the third review of the evening. Up this time is Faircroft's Antiques, The Forbidden Crypt Collector's Edition. When an old friend requests Mia's help in restoring an old cathedral, she packs her bags for the seaside town of Porto. I'm probably going to mispronounce this. It's Italian. Porto Nicosti, Italy. But she soon finds trouble in paradise. A crypt below the church holds a long-lost secret that a powerful family is desperate to keep. Search through visually dazzling hidden object scenes, restore art pieces in need of love, and reveal what hidden history forgot in Faircroft's Adventures, The Forbidden Crypt. So a couple of points before we get started here. Faircroft's Antiques is actually a series of hidden objects games, of which there are currently 4. And this is the latest one to be released, the PC version coming out in 2021. This port is, I think, this year. And it's the first one we're covering on the show, though we do at least have access to the other ones, so future past Faircroft's Adventure games could be appearing on the program at some point in the future. That's all to be determined. Nothing's assigned yet. Also, in case you are wondering what might make this a collector's edition, well, the collector's edition includes 5 bonus chapters set after the main story, where you help someone learn the meaning of community in a bonus location, and more than 30 new levels in those 5 chapters. Not exactly.
That explains why it's 19 chapters long. Then that seemed a bit long.
Yes. And once again, we are covering the Nintendo Switch port and over to the Galax to see how this one fared.
Well, first off, an interesting observation from Pettyfan finally fucking playing one of these things so I can see someone else do it. Apparently the puzzles can be somewhat randomized because he has different things to find than I did on this one. For example, in mine, the money on the table was 1. And for him, it is not. I think the fleur-de-lis is on the wall. No, I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, altogether, this is... it's the same kind of deal as the last one. And this one actually, there's a little bit of, I won't say continuity lock, but it references things and characters from the previous ones that you won't get if you haven't played them. That presumably, like some of the characters that show up that you've met before were met in other games. But yeah, it's Mia Faircroft and her friend, Maria Wise, on a trip to investigate some stuff in an Italian city, and yeah, there's an old powerful family. The chess piece is the gigantic knight.
I already got it.
Okay, sorry. I thought. Oh, and this one does not have limited hints, so go nuts.
Hooray.
Yeah, the hints on this one are just on a recharge timer, and it's not even that long, so don't worry about that. The puzzles do integrate to the story, where at least one of the things you're finding in the puzzle is generally related to what you're doing, and it mixes things up by it not always being a list of things you have to find. Sometimes it's like one type of thing, and you have to find a bunch of them. And on at least one of the puzzles that I just did, I did not actually get super far in this, but I really feel like you don't have to for a lot of these games, aside from for story reasons.
Right.
There was one where they mixed it up by having it be, instead of being find the bat, it would be like find the flying mammal or find the predator from the... Anyway, so yeah, and that actually is kind of nice because it gets rid of one of my biggest frustrations which is in some of these games, when it says find 3 bats, and you have to find a plush stuffed bat, a living bat, and a baseball bat. Because that's some bullshit. The characters, there's a lot of gratuitous Italian and German because your friend is German. And not all of it is perfect. I caught at least one Fraulein spelled line Line, which is not how you do that in German. And one potentially incorrect factoid about the Roma people. So I'm sure there would probably be more of those, but I didn't think it was like gratuitously offensive. I don't know. Someone who's more sensitive about that would probably have to judge for me. And this one does also, at the end of every chapter, mix it up, and also sometimes during the chapters, mix up the hidden object puzzles with other types of activities. Like a card game, and then there's the chapter end puzzles like this that are unrelated to hidden object. But none of them were amazingly hard or stupid or obtuse, and even the ones that were a little bit obtuse, the fact that it allows you to just use hints when you need to made it a lot more manageable. Like on the friggin' Curse of Tutankhamun one, where they had the limited hints, I actually had a hard time progressing.
Right.
The music is mediocre. It's atmospheric for being in Italy.
Right.
Again, if you want to play this, you're probably best off playing it because you either really like hidden objects and like other types of puzzles, or because you're interested in the story, which seems kind of interesting, but also I feel like I did not have the best entree into it, seems to how I hadn't played any of the earlier ones before, and that's not a request. But I understand we will probably get to them eventually.
One out of spite.
You know what I mean, though.
I know. Just don't push me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, overall, between the amount of like quality of life things, this is probably one of the less annoying ones of these that I've played in the last month or so. So yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have any further questions?
No. Well, not anything you could answer because, oh boy, we got an interesting case here in terms of price. Because, okay, let me roll you through it. The Steam version clocks in at $6.99 USD. But here's the thing: this is the original version, not the collector's edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got the Faircroft's Antiques bundle, all 4 of the original versions for about $20, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Casting that aside, the Switch version is $9.99, and the version that Petty Fan here is demonstrating is a free trial from Big Fish, where you can get the collector's edition on PC. Which is available for $19.99 USD or $13.99 USD or 2 credits. I think that's a big fish thing there.
So not that one.
I mean, it's if you want to get the most content with the best control.
Oh, does this actually allows mouse and keyboard?
It's Big Fish, yes. It's PC.
Mm-hmm. And it lets you zoom in and out on the scroll wheel, Petty?
Yes.
So,
That probably, this kind of game is best on the PC, but for this one, the Switch one isn't actually that bad. But the Steam price you said was what? Oh, but the Steam doesn't have the collector's edition?
yeah, it's weird. It's Faircroft Antiques, the Forbidden Crypt. No collector's edition subtitle here.
Well, I did not get to the end of the thing, so I cannot speak towards the quality of the collector's edition.
Right.
However, it's more puzzles if you're into those, apparently.
Right.
I do feel interesting now that I've had it confirmed that these things are randomized, so that like the fucking really obviously missing objects that aren't things probably could be.
That's good.
Anyway,
so I guess that's about it for Faircroft.
Yeah, if you want that, I guess I just don't think this is worth $20 probably.
No, it's probably not. Like I said, so if you want the collector's edition at a cheaper price, you get the Switch version. But
I mean, compared to getting all 4 games for $20.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rip-off, isn't it? But that might just be Big Fish's deal. Anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. Petty Fan just got to the thing. Another one of the things they do to mix it up. It's not required like it is or it's not in every puzzle like it is in some of the other ones. But in some of the ones, one of the objects you have to find is a key that you use on another part of the thing to open up a thing that has some of the objects you need to find. But it's always very clear about that because in the list, the key is listed in blue. And then the things that are in the side area are grayed out.
Mm-hmm.
So, Petty, if you go back into the manhole cover, there should be a clover in there. It is the smudge on the wall behind the butterfly.
Okay.
Just for an example of the kind of things that they'll have there.
Right. So with that in mind, that'll about do it for Faircroft's Antiques. Be sure to tune in after the break as we'll be reviewing Moonstuck.